Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the e-commerce lab by Ecomcy, the place to air related to Amazon, private label, and e-commerce. My name is Vincenzo Toscano, founder and CEO of Ecomcy, and today we bring another special guest. Her name is Desiree Shank, and she is the co-founder of Social Collective, where they specialize on everything that has to do with TikTok. And that's why I wanted to bring Desiree today. Like, I think this is a topic that being asked a lot, especially at Ecomcy, where we work with a lot of Amazon brands. TikTok Shop is something that always come across the table, especially in meetings with our team and brands, really trying to figure out how they want to diversify and make their expansion, beyond Amazon, sometimes D2C. And I think the conversation today is going to be around, what are some of the latest trends, what is working, what is not working, and more importantly, why TikTok should be part of your strategy. So Desiree, thank you so much for being on the show. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, thank you. So I guess to start, kind of the episode here, for those that maybe might not know you, I know I just gave a brief introduction about yourself, but you have a lot of experience in the space. You also used to work for, in the Shopify kind of ecosystem. So tell us more about that, and then of course we can dive into the topic. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. A little bit about me if you don't know me yet. I was one of the first people at Shopify. They're an e-commerce platform that pretty much power every single online store that you can think of.
Yeah.
They also power the checkout for Google, power the checkout for AI, ChatGPT, a massive company. But when I started, it was still a tiny company. I wasn't quite sure if that was the way people would start transacting business online. So when I joined, I was a little bit reluctant.
Yeah.
And my mom actually was like, you should just try it. You have nothing to lose. Just go and see what it's like. You can always decide later, maybe it's not for you and get a different job. But
Yeah.
the minute I went in there and they did like their first cohort training with us, I
Mm,
was like, wow, this is something different. This is going to be
yeah.
very big. And the people that they were hiring for Shopify were just so impressive. You almost got imposter syndrome like, hey, do I even belong here? Like, it was such an incredible rocket ship to be a part of. I got to watch brands that are now household name brands start on Shopify as startups that people never even heard of that now are $100 million brands.
Wow.
Um, and I got to work alongside, some of the biggest businesses in the world during my time there. And I learned so much, like just being
Yeah.
around it. So I'm so grateful to Shopify for that experience in my life and that journey. And I think it kind of helped me realize what would become the next big thing before it happens. Cause I kind of got to be a part of that before it was really known what e-commerce was, how to make e-commerce easier for everyone, how to get everyone online in such an easy way. Um, and so I feel like now I can see what is the next big thing before that space becomes crowded. And so that's a little bit about me and how I got into the TikTok space is
Yeah.
TikTok actually partnered with Shopify in the early days. Um,
Hmm.
and they were going to work together. They ended up not working together in the end, and TikTok Shop became a closed loop system where they wanted the audience there and the shoppers there and the checkout there. But I thought it was so interesting. And when TikTok first launched Shop and live shopping, I had the opportunity to bring celebrity founded brands with celebrities attached to it to test TikTok Shop and live shopping because TikTok's team there thought that celebrity driven brands would really move the needle for TikTok Shop and live shopping. So I went to their TikTok studios in Culver City in LA. I would bring the brands that had celebrities that would go live. And quickly we realized that celebrities were not salespeople. They were really good at having an audience, interacting with their audience, having fans. And people did shop from them because they were loyal fans.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, really what TikTok shop and live shopping was like the new version of QVC or HSN,
I
which is
agree.
like shopping network. And those people that can sit there and sell you a juicer live on camera are the same people that are going to be selling you products on TikTok live. So TikTok quickly found that their everyday people just sitting there talking about products were more powerful than celebrities or well-known figures, so public figures. So an everyday mom could sit in her kitchen and be like, wow, I'm using this really cool KitchenAid mixer or Shark Ninja. And now we have real, authentic salespeople moving products more quickly than I've ever seen in my life. And so, yeah, it became this new frontier of selling and shopping. And I think at the beginning, big brands were a little bit fearful of investing in a platform that might disappear. But
Mm-hmm.
the early adopters, like Mary Ruth's Vitamins, I knew them when they were on Shopify and they were doing very, very well on Shopify. And they took the risk with TikTok and came over
Yeah.
early. And I can't say what they make in GMV, even though I know because this is
Yeah,
recorded.
I
But
know.
they became $100 million brand on TikTok, as well as Amazon, as well as Shopify,
Mm.
because they took that risk. And for the years that people were scared of moving over to TikTok because it might disappear, they made more money than the brands. They could have, even if TikTok went away, they still made that money. And then they could go somewhere else, the next hot
Yeah.
platform. And the
Yeah.
people that were scared didn't make that money. That, I mean, was very easy to do at that time. And
Yeah.
it's still easy. Like it's still a platform that the opportunity is now. It's still new. Only last October, we did an event in LA, and it was last October that legacy brands started coming to TikTok. So before last October, there really wasn't legacy brands there yet. And last
Mm-hmm.
October, we saw Hanes, Under Armour, L'Oreal, Estee Lauder, Samsung, LG. They all signed up for TikTok Shop. So it hasn't even been a year yet. Those brands have come over, and it's still an exciting space to be. And yeah, I love being where people are making money right now, and
Yeah.
being able to be a part of it and help be a part of that journey. Just like at Shopify, when I was part of a lot of people's startup journeys that are $100 million brands now, they still remember me because I was talking to the founders back then. Now they have
Mm-hmm.
e-commerce teams. You don't talk to the founders. But
Yeah,
back
it
then,
happens.
yeah, like it was a very special time, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it.
Love it. So I guess you mentioned something there that I wanna use as a kind of catapult into the next point, which is the kind of the different factor that TikTok is bringing to the table, which before you didn't have with a direct to consumer like maybe in Shopify or even with Amazon or a platform, which is these kind of direct communication, we can call it channel, in this case with influencers, that the person's really talking to you, you can trust they're going live every day, or they're really showing you about their life. But more importantly, they've been very genuine about how this product is improving their life, or how this is making their dog be happy, or their kid having a better time when they're playing with these toys. So I guess that kind of transparency, brands were not really able to achieve this before, besides QVC. But again, QVC is very expensive for a lot of brands. Not every brand had really the opportunity to get there. And I think now TikTok has allowed this for any brand to achieve, by working with the right influencers, creating this kind of ambassador network, and creating this kind of, I guess, behavior that you describe, of really be able to jump on these live streams and ask the questions that before you will never get answered. So I guess with that being said, and really highlighting the importance of being on TikTok, especially in 2026, I guess the question that I'm sure you get asked a lot is, do you feel this is a platform that is for all kind of products or all kind of brands, or do you feel with everything that you guys doing, with the brands and the experience that you have so far, is more selective maybe on products that could be to call it somehow more camera friendly. You see, like maybe a product is very fun to show on camera, but maybe if you're gonna sell a chair, maybe TikTok is not the place for you. So what are you saying with that? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think with TikTok, content is the new storefront. So
Mm,
yes, you need to be demonstratable. People
yeah.
need to see you using it. You could do a chair. Like I'm sitting in a Herman Miller chair right now, and
Mm-hmm.
it is one of the most comfortable chairs I've ever been in. I could sit in it all day long. And yeah, it's built to last. And actually, Shopify gifted me this chair. So
Good.
I would say you could pretty much demonstrate any object. Maybe some are better than others.
Yeah.
But I would say how TikTok really helps brands is turns live shopping into like a human conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm,
instead of just going to a static website, seeing a static image, and then
yeah.
checking out, you now have this interaction with the brand and someone talking to you about it. So I can feel more confident when I'm buying, let's say, a blender, like it's going to work exactly how I need it to work. And there's multiple people showing me that blender. If you look through TikTok, you can find multiple people talking about it and see it in different uses, and you just build that trust with the brand much more. But yeah, I would say almost every product is demonstratable if you can be creative enough. Obviously, some products are trending more than others, so people like those. Um, but yeah, I think really anything can be sold on TikTok Shop now, just like Amazon. It's very similar in listing products on the PDP page, which is the product page, and then yeah, TikTok just gives that extra layer of interaction and trust.
Cool. Cool. So with that live stream, and I really want to go deeper into this. I think one of the biggest concern when it comes to live streams is that a lot of people straight away think, I'm not good in front of the camera. I don't know what to say. Maybe I don't know how to come with a script or things like that. But that's the beauty of solutions like the ones you bring with Social Collective, which is you kind of figure that out on behalf of the founder, and really put a strategy together or work with the people and know how to do it. So I just want to take a minute or so to highlight that because I feel as soon as you mention live stream, people think is yeah, it can be done, but it requires so much time, so much setup. You need a place to do it. So tell us actually how accessible is it and how easy it is to actually have this consistency or live stream in a business if you work with the right people.
Yeah, for sure. I actually was helping a brand. She has a jewelry brand and she has a storefront too. So she's got a store, and people come into her store and shop for jewelry. And I said, hey, you should really go live, because going live is really your virtual storefront. People pop in and out, they see what you're selling. And I said, there's not too much to prepare for going live. You just need your phone, good lighting, maybe a good
Mm,
microphone if you have background noise, and then schedule it out so your audience knows you're going to go live at this time, and people know to join the live. And your first live, you should definitely tell your friends and family to join so you don't feel lonely in there, and you have that confidence that you get to talk to your friends and family right away. They can start chatting in and build that confidence so you're not scared with strangers coming in the room. And yeah, your background can be very simple to begin with. Obviously, the more advanced lives, you want your background to be almost like a mini store. So you can have shelves or something bright and vibrant so people want to stop and look at your live. Like maybe, oh wow, that's like a really cool background, or what is that? I need to stop the scroll and see what they're selling or talking about. And, with the jewelry brand, she did it right in her store. She already had a cool background because she had her jewelry presented. She had a table that laid out all the pieces she would go over on the live. She did it in order so she knew which piece to tag while she was talking about that specific piece so people could check out. And she did so great. She was conversational. The audience, was a lot of people that knew her in the beginning, so she could spark up conversation, talk about each piece, uh, different ways to wear the jewelry, different occasions. At that time, it was graduation time. So she was showing a lot of like graduation pieces or something that would be really thoughtful as a gift. And she did so good. She went live for 2 hours. I recommend 2 hours minimum for any live. You should definitely go way longer if you can. And don't
Mm-hmm.
worry about having things to talk about. You just keep repeating things because people come in and out. And she had, I think, 92 people in her live at one point, her very first time. And that's crazy because she has a real store and 92 people have never gone in her real store at the same time. So she had the opportunity to be in front of 92 new customers during that live. And they popped in and
Mm.
out. And even if your first live only has 5 people, no
Yeah,
problem. Because if
it's
you have a real,
consistency. Yeah.
yeah, because even if you have a real store, probably 5 people coming into your real store is a lot of people. That's a lot of opportunity to make 5 sales. So don't feel discouraged if you don't have a lot of people in your live. You have 5 people of opportunity to talk to. And eventually you'll keep building it up and up and up. You can watch other people's lives that have a lot of people in there and see what they talk about, what's their energy level, what are the products. They know when to switch the products to keep it engaging. They do a lot of flash sales or bundle deals that you can only get there. Yeah, there's so many fun things to do to just keep optimizing your live. But really, at the end of the day, you have to just start to learn it. You will fumble. It's okay. Everyone is awkward in the beginning. But if you start, you're going to start learning how to run your lives just like you would with any other business. You're not going to be good in the beginning, but you'll eventually get better and better. And so, with her jewelry live that went live for 2 hours, I think it was a Wednesday night from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. My time. She was, I think, East Coast time, so a little later. She did 47 orders. She had not done 47 orders in 2 hours in her shop ever in person. She did that first time on TikTok shop.
Wow.
So I think, the opportunity is there. She was almost in tears at the end because it was so amazing for her. And she was like nervous and didn't know what she was doing, but she made it and
Yeah.
she made 47 orders. And her stuff is not inexpensive. Her pieces are over $100 each. So don't think, oh, my stuff isn't $20. I can't do it on TikTok. No, you
Mm.
can. You can sell any.
Love it, love it.
So
So I guess on the timeline, very quickly touching on that, I would love to of course it's all down to consistency, and it's a different answer depending on the product category and so on. But um I'm sure you also see that as a mistake, that people might do the live stream once or twice and they don't see significant numbers and they might give up. And you clearly have showcased how this is something that takes time. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, there a minimum you ask people to test this for? It's like at least 3 months, at least 6 months. I'm just curious to know if there is kind of a blueprint that you're seeing in terms of timelines that makes sense for to at least give it a try.
yeah, I think, if you're doing it on your own, don't give up. Keep trying. If you can join Social Collective, we kind of are a community there to help you, and we share what works, what doesn't work. And, we try and jump in your lives so that you have people in there. But yeah, I would say, you know, don't expect to make a sale on your first live. It could happen. You can ask your friends to buy from you so that you feel confident,
Yeah.
but I would say just keep being consistent. The way that TikTok Shop works is showing up every day. The brands that are doing the best are posting 100 videos a day, and that's really when you break that threshold, is 100 videos a day from not only your brand side but all your affiliates that are working for you, and then going live consistently every day. If you can go live five days a week for at least 6 to 8 hours, you're at that. You're at the range where you're going to start seeing things happen for you. But obviously, start slow. You ramp up. You're not going to be
Hmm.
doing 100 videos a day right when you start, and you're not going to
Yeah.
be going live every single day, all day when you start. But
Yeah.
once you start making money, you get motivated to keep going. So
Yeah.
we started a live stream for plants. So we had mini cactuses,
Okay.
mini succulents, and we started
Hmm.
going live 2 hours a day, like 3 days a week. And by week two, we were doing $1,000 an hour in sales, and our
Um,
plants were $1 each, wholesale. So that motivated us to keep going and getting more plants and more hours and like, hey, if
yeah.
we can do $1,000 an hour, I think we should keep going. And then you start seeing like what time of day, what time slots are like prime time for you to do that for your brand. You're going to learn a lot by just doing it, of like where your audience shows up for you. So yeah, just keep going until you kind of figure out all the things you need to know to make it super optimized.
Love it, love it. So, I mean, that's right. I think this is a topic that, as we both know, is such a dense one. But I think we have touched some of the main points. I think definitely give an intro about, the importance, some advice, some also stories that you share with us, which I appreciate. With that, I think to start kind of going towards the conclusion of today's episode, like what is something that maybe you see as a mistake that you want to share with us? Like, please, guys, if you're gonna go like and do TikTok a shop on live streams, like this is something that you should avoid. Is there something that you see people doing consistently as a mistake that you recommend people trying to avoid? That could be a bottleneck, I guess, in terms of scaling. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, there's an art to going live on TikTok, and you definitely want to have a hook because people
Mm.
want to be hooked in. Some people look like they're reading a script. Don't ever do
Mm-hmm.
that. Don't do
Yeah,
script.
yeah, yeah.
Like, like be authentic. Like actually talk to the people, engage with what the comments are coming in about. Um, and then quickly resolve any customer service issues. If people are not happy, make sure you're on top of that. Not only does TikTok send you violations if you don't resolve things, but like address it like quickly and like a human and make things right. Because at the end of the day, your shop and your reputation is really all you have. So uh, just make sure that when something goes wrong, because it will, like nothing will be perfect, that you act on it quickly. So if someone is upset with the shipping or the product, just make it right and do it quickly within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Otherwise, TikTok is gonna uh, like penalize you. A lot of things are going to happen, and you don't want people talking badly online about your product or your shop. Just like when you go to a restaurant, right? You're going to a restaurant for the first time, you want to have a great experience. If something's wrong and you tell the waiter and they don't fix it, you're going to leave a bad review and you're going to say, don't ever go to this restaurant. But if they did something wrong and they fix it and they apologize and make it right, you are going to say, wow, I went here. It was great. Hey, this happened, but they made it right. So that it doesn't hinder your other customers from coming to shop from you. And I think some brands, they aren't quick enough to address things that go wrong. And things always go wrong when you're dealing with humans. So you
I
can't do
know.
anything to prevent it, but just the way you show up after.
Awesome. So, I mean, Desiree, thank you so much for that advice. It's been a pleasure, and I guess for people that maybe want to reach out to you, have a deeper conversation, or explore, how to be part of what you guys are doing, how people can find you.
Yeah, of course. So I am in the age bracket that I'm always on Instagram. So you can find me on Instagram under at Desiree Shank, just my name. I am on TikTok and I will be trying to do more on TikTok. My handle there is Desiree D to C, so direct to consumer. So a D and then the number two and a C. You can follow me there. Those two will be my social handles. And then for Social Collective, we are at socialcollective.io. And if you would like to join, that would be great. Maybe we can set up a discount code from this call today. Just let me know how to get you that. And we'll get you in the community and help you for selling products on TikTok Shop going live, how to get affiliates and creators helping you sell your products on TikTok. And yeah, it's a really exciting space to be. So I love helping people. It's like so fulfilling every day to see people winning in this space.
Thank you, Desiree. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully have you in the next one. Yeah, I appreciate all your time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great
Thank
day.
you. Bye bye. Thank you.